not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
So what advice would you give to the guys right now? How to make money in bodybuilding? How to succeed in the fitness industry? How to really, even not being rich, but just being stable? You know what I mean? Like, what's the right moves to make?
Do not be an echo. Do not be an echo is the first thing. Do not mimic somebody. First off, you're going to make money for a short period of time until everybody kind of goes, dude, you're repetitive. You just say the same thing that this guy says, that this guy says, that this guy says. You got no mind of your own. Then I also just 100% give the bird to everybody and be you. Honestly, be you. Because the one thing that I see is these guys that really don't care about anything else are so free to do whatever they want and they make it big. It's the guys that are going back to the whole, I'm just going to put down, I bench press a lot, and then that's all they do. Where's your personality? Where's the other gimmicks? Who are you? So I would make sure just to say, just put down what you want to put down. Be organic. Let it grow it yourself. Don't fight to get famous. Just be you, and it'll happen. The mimics and the people that are echoes, short-lived.
But back in the day, right, there was a plan, right? You become a bodybuilder, you get a contract from a supplement company, and you get a contract from the magazine, right? And then you basically set, and then you go to do shows, you sell photographs at the expos, right? That was kind of like
it's different. No,
plan,
first,
right?
No, in our day, we had to win. We had to first fight to win. So you win a show, then you get looked at. Now that's completely gone. You don't have to win nothing anymore. You just got to be a good-looking guy with abs or girl with a nice butt, and boom, the companies are loving you. So it took out one aspect of the grind. And so I don't know how much more you need to develop as a person because you never went through the grind. Yeah, in the old days, you win a show, win a powerlifting meet, whatever it is, get on TV because you're a good actor or something. And then you get the endorsement, and then you're intelligent enough to write articles for the magazines, be on the covers, and then blah, blah, blah. And today I think it is start your social media pages, start your YouTube channel, use all that free. And if you're not on all of it, it's free. Why wouldn't you be? It doesn't make any sense. But get yourself out there, get yourself viewed and seen. Because it's the people with the biggest followings the companies look at and go, they have a big following. For that is the show now.
The measuring, right? But that's actually, Mike, I mean, I'm not saying it's a harder grind, but that's a grind. Like, to build a YouTube channel is difficult. Like, you're competing with literally billions of people. I mean, think about
That's why I say, don't be an echo. Don't, whatever you got that's different than everybody else. Don't repeat hey, this is how you do a crunch. We know how to do a crunch. You know, you got to be, and here's the other thing. Here's the harsh truth. Not everybody's going to make it. Not everybody's going to be a celebrity. So be smart enough to have some income as you're building that. It didn't matter that I got a contract with Weider and got flown down here and put up by them, the Muscle and Fitness. It didn't matter. I still worked. I still right to personal training at Gold's Gym Venice. I started doing the stuff. I started grinding. And everything I made from contracts, from TV shows, from Gladiators and Death Becomes Her and all these movies and stuff, I put away. I put away for the future. Never touched it. The only thing I would spend would be the money that I'd make personal training. And so it's work your ass off, continue to try to do the habit or the passion that you love. And that's what they talk about. They talk about, like, you got to get a couple of years of doing the hard labor. And that hard labor is whatever it is, the personal training, the car wash, the garbage man, whatever it is, as you're chasing the dream.
How did you build that business sense? Because when I think of you, right, I always think of obviously, a fitness persona, but I really think of you as an entrepreneur in the fitness industry.
Well, I think because like the back stuff, the commercial real estate buildings and all these.
Right. How did you build that business sense? How did you develop it?
I come from a family of 10, and my dad was an educated man. My mom both graduated from Washington, University of Washington. So I watched them both work raising 10 kids. You know, people today, we got one kid, and you know, it's like I can't fathom what it's like raising 10 kids. But I learned that the importance of money, which saved me in my early years. Because remember, all these guys that I came up with, think about that, late 80s, early 90s, you could name 20 guys that are famous today. I put everything away, knowing that this is not a 9-to-5. I don't got a 401k. This is on me. I put it away. And then as time went and I continued to learn, I learned that real estate from Arnold was the first thing. He said, you want to make it? Start buying. And I'm like, all right, okay, this is what has to happen, because that will always go up. So that's how I started early on business-wise. And then I just kept that quiet on the outside and kept building that and putting everything away. The great thing is that I'm not flashy. I don't need the Mercedes. I don't need the McLaren. I don't need the, $10 million house. I love the fact that I know that I get to lift every single day. As crazy as that sounds, I do. That's all I want to do, is lift my life away in that sense. And now I just want to be able to tussle with Titan in 20 years. So
that's a good feeling to have, where you can do basically whatever you decide to do.
True success, freedom.
Yeah,
that's true success. And I know that I guess is what we're talking about is the upcoming or bringing up or moving forward on how to set the future up for these kids that are out there. Work stuff, put it away. The partying that comes and goes, go chase it.
It's hard though, because we live in the age of social media, right? Where every day on social media, on your feed, you're seeing wealth, whether it's real or not, but you're seeing images of wealth, right? That's projected in cars, houses, and jewelry, right? You see that's all day, right? So, people chase that and they want to aspire to be like that. You know what I mean?
Never compare yourself to others, for you will become vain and bitter.
That should be like a sign.
It's a poem I read when I was 12.
No.
And it's true. If you start going, hey, he's got a McLaren, that's what I need to get. I got to get this. And that's why I go back to the point of the guy saying, hey, tell everybody off and do you. I don't need, obviously I'm at this stage in life where I can say, when you're out, all your boys are drinking and they say, hey, you drink. I'm at that age where I go, yeah, no. But I understand that a 20-year-old, that pressure might get to him, or the girlfriend wants to say, hey, let's go get ice cream. And you're like, well, I'm getting ready for a show. I never went the other route because I always had the dream. And I think Jordan Peterson talked about, in your 20s, kick ass and save the money. Because by 30, and he talked about this, he said you should have $100,000 by the time you're 30, which is low, I think. But you should be saving money and working your ass off in your 20s when you're young and vibrant, and you can get away with 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So you set yourself up for the future. And I think what you said was pressure gets to these kids.
Absolutely.
Back to know who you are. And then that takes us full circle to the part of where I didn't deal with my loneliness or being alone until I lost my mom. And so it's like these kids right now, if they're listening to this, if they take anything away from this, skip not doing cardio, skip, whatever this is, or with your boys, deal with the fact of that you can be alone and be your own man or woman and decide what you really want, and don't get peer pressured from what social media shows you, or you'd be chasing a nasty ghost.
Definitely agree with you, Mike. It's just, I feel like people have hard time, really following those words, because it's just, we live in a real world, and it's crazy out there.
What would you tell them? What would you tell them about peer pressure?
I would tell them the same exact thing as you. I just feel like sometimes people have to, make own mistakes and kind of learn from it and rebound from it. You know what I mean? I think that's what happens to a lot of the kids now, or just younger generation, you know, in general.
Can I ask how old you are now?
38.
Is there anything that you wish you didn't have wasted your time with in your
Oh,
late
absolutely.
20s?
Of course. Of course. Absolutely.
And if I could say that to anybody out there, there's a lot of wasted time in your late teens, 20s doing silly stuff. And you know, if I could get those moments back, you know, it's like we always say when you get older and older, it's like, man, if I knew now what at that age, I'd rule the world. And it's really true. You know, all those cliches that the elders would tell us, all those things were true. It's like, don't waste that time when you're your late teens, early 20s. Kick ass, stay true to the business. If your friends are out partying, let them party. You go do your thing. They'll come around later when you freaking be in success. They'll be like, geez, how'd you do it? What do you mean? I stayed to the path.
It's very common nowadays to say things like, you know, get rid of people that don't help you, right? Like just get rid of the people just using you or kind of with you, but not really contributing to your success. Have you ever had to do that in your life where like you were successful, but you had either family members or friends that weren't really, you know, benefiting you? You had to get rid of them in order to, you know, in order to move forward. Have you ever had to do that?
Yeah, I didn't do it a lot when I was young. I wish I did. I wish I did that. I wish I cut people off quicker.
Mm-hmm. It's tough to do. I'm sure it's very tough to, you know, difficult to do that.
Yeah, I've seen youngsters now do it, and I'm like, you're going to be a success. When I see a youngster do that now and go, these people are bad, I'm going to go down the wrong road. I'm going to focus over here. And I'm like, this kid's got potential. Because that's the cool thing about being at Gold's is that I see these youngsters coming up and I'm like, this kid will make it. This kid will be gone in a year. It's a crazy thing. You know, I've seen the next great Arnold every single year. Somebody comes from somewhere and he's got all the potential in the world. Everything, charisma, looks, body, everything. And you can just instantly see it's not going to last. Too distracted by all these other things instead of focused on his goal and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I wish the young me or you guys out there, get rid of the ones that are pulling you down. Here's the great thing about that, though. It's something I didn't understand until later on in life. You can get rid of them. Doesn't mean they can't come back. They just can't come back until they straighten up, until they're on the same path as you. So you're not getting rid of them. You're just getting rid of them going, I need to do this. I need to go to college. I need to go get my education. I got to go do this work. I got to do 9 to 5. I can't skip out on this. In that sense. And this guy goes, no. I'm just going to play around and chase tail. You know, so move away from them. Let them catch you back up. That's a tough thing. But it's easy for me now at this stage when people are like, okay, you're just playing. You're just a talker, and then move on.